Ah, we are in chapter 9, verse 27 of Bhagavad Gita. Yet karosi yadashnasi yajjuhosi dadasi yat yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurusva madharpanam. We'll repeat. Yat karosi yadashnasi yajjuhosi dadasi yat yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurusva madharpanam. Hare Krishna and Srita Sunil with you in 2-minute Mahabharata stories. We'll continue with chapter 9, verse 27 of Bhagavad Gita. As we have seen how we should offer to Sri Krishna in our previous episodes, in this verse, Sri Krishna tells, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer in sacrifice, whatever you give away, whatever austerities you perform, do that as an offering to me. Here, Sri Krishna tells us to do every action with dedication, that all aspects of life can be offered to Krishna. It is clearly said, spiritualizing daily life by offering actions to Krishna. The moral is a sense of meaning and purpose in life by dedicating actions to a higher goal. Let us see a small story. A chef in a temple was tasked with preparing meals for the deity and the devotees. One day, he began to feel frustrated with his duties, thinking that his work was mundane and unimportant. He longed to engage in more spiritual practices like chanting and meditation. One day, a wise sage visited the temple and observed the chef's frustration. The sage asked the chef, "Do you think your work is just cooking food?" The chef replied, "Yes, I am just a cook." The sage smiled and said, "No, you are not just a cook. You are serving Sri Krishna through your cooking. Offer your actions to Sri Krishna and see the difference." The chef took the sage's words to heart and began to offer his cooking to Krishna. He poured his love and devotion into every dish, chanting Krishna's name as he worked. As he did so, he felt a sense of joy and fulfillment that he had never experienced before. The moral is the idea of dedicating all actions to Krishna is seen. The chef's transformation shows how offering actions to Sri Krishna can spiritualize daily life and bring meaning and purpose. In simple words, Sri Krishna instructs Arjuna and by extension all spiritual seekers to dedicate every action by eating, giving, sacrificing, practicing austerity or any activity as a devotional offering to the Supreme Lord. Krishna tells it is me and he asks us transforming ordinary life into a continuous act of worship and freeing oneself from ego and attachment by offering the fruits of actions to Him only. Please note, previously Krishna mentioned all offerings of all objects should be for Him. Now He says that all actions should also be offered to Him. Whatever social duties one may be engaged in, whatever vegetarian food one may be eating, whatever non alcoholic beverages one may perform, whatever vows and austerities one may observe, should all be offered mentally to the Supreme Lord. Very often, people separate devotion from their daily life and look on it as something that is only to be performed inside the temple room. However, devotion is not to be restricted to the periphery of the temple room. It is to be engaged in at every moment of our life. Devotion means offering your every activity to God and feeling intense separation if every you lose remembrance of Him. To such an extent we have to surrender to Him. That's what Krishna meant. When works are dedicated and mentally delivered to God, it is called arpanam. The moral is the mundane activities of material life into divine service of God is shown. We should learn everything is devotion and service. Here in this verse, Sri Krishna explains about surrendering to Himself. Wherever I walk, I feel I am circumambulating the Lord's temple. Whatever I do, I see it as service to God. When I go to sleep, I meditate on the sentiment that I am offering obeisance to God. This is the way to keep united with Krishna. How to do this? It should be done with body, words, mind, senses, and intellect, in accordance with one's individual nature, should be offered to the Supreme. In Vedic rituals, it is said, Sarvam Krishnarpanamastu. It is to be done while performing the action itself, by maintaining the consciousness that we are working for the pleasure of the Lord. Thank you. Good day to all of you.
ಹರೇ ಶ್ರೀಕೃಷ್ಣ. ಶ್ರೀಮದ್ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆ ಅಧ್ಯಾಯ 9 ಶ್ಲೋಕ 27. ಯತ್ಕರೋಷಿ ಯದಶ್ನಾಸಿ ಯಜ್ಜುಹೋಷಿ ದದಾಸಿ ಯತ್ತಪಸ್ಯಸಿ ಕೌಂತೆಯ ತತ್ಕುರುಷ್ವ ಮದರ್ಪಣಂ. ಕೌಂತೆಯ, ನಿನ್ನ ಕೆಲಸಗಳನ್ನು, ನೀನು ತಿನ್ನುವುದನ್ನು, ನಿನ್ನ ಜಪ ತಪವನ್ನು, ನಿನ್ನ ದಾನ ಧರ್ಮ, ಈ ಸಮಸ್ತಗಳನ್ನು ಸಮರ್ಪಣಾ ಭಾವದಿಂದ ನನಗೆ ಸಮರ್ಪಿಸು. ಅರ್ಜುನ, ನೀನು ಯಾವ ಕರ್ಮವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದರೂ, ಏನು ಸೇವಿಸಿದರೂ, ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ಹವನ ಮಾಡಿದರೂ, ಸಮರ್ಪಣಾ ಮಾಡಿದರೂ, ದಾನವಿತ್ತು